Hi everyone. Hope you all are doing well. In this video, we'll be talking about a requirement where I had to migrate users' content from their local file share. You can say network share or their own file share or their own machine to their OneDrive SharePoint site or their OneDrive site. So every user in Office 365 or even in SharePoint on premises have their own personal files. It's not accessible by other individuals, and this personal file storage is known as OneDrive. So I had a requirement where I had to migrate their uh, personal file content from local machine to the OneDrive SharePoint site of that respective user. Now, I try to first understand how many of the users have their OneDrive already created. To do so, I run this particular PowerShell command, which is there. So this particular PowerShell command what it will do is, it will go ahead and try to help me identify the number of users who have a OneDrive created or who have a OneDrive present and their OneDrive file path or their OneDrive site path. Now, why this is needed is because I cannot migrate a user's content to their OneDrive until I know their OneDrive exists or not. If their OneDrive does not exist, I cannot migrate to their OneDrive. So this will help me identify all the path and all the users who have their OneDrive created or who and what is their OneDrive path. So I run this particular very quick PowerShell to get those details. After that, it's very basic. I go to SharePoint Central Admin. So over here, I go to the SharePoint Central Admin. I click on migrate on the left hand side and then I select download agent. Now why I do download agent is because this agent is responsible for making sure that your files, even if it is in GBs or terabytes of files that are needed to be synced to SharePoint or OneDrive, it can do seamlessly. Even if there's a network breakage or any other network issue that comes in, this agent will make sure that your OneDrive sync or your SharePoint file sync can happen without any problem, and you will be able to demonstrate your OneDrive file share migration without any problems. So again, I go to migration, I download this agent and I install this agent on the file share where all the files exist, or at least a machine which can access that file share. Okay. So if this machine does not have access to the file share, it will not be of any help to me. So that's why I make sure this is installed onto a machine which has access, and preferably that file share itself. Okay. Once I do that, I install this tool. To install this tool, it will say connect to your tenant, and over here I put in the tenant details. A very basic connection that will happen. It will take like a minute or two and your connection to the tenant will be done. Okay. So after this, I will have to mention my file share path. I mentioned the file share path. This will say it is connected to a tenant, and I put in the file share path, whatever the file share path is, E drive, F drive, or anything else. And then you will see a message, you have access to file share, and over here also it will say currently connected to whatever tenant name it is. Okay. So once we are done, once you see this is done, what you need to do is the next step is you come back to your SharePoint Central Admin where you have this download agent and select add task. Now you can also click on agents to see if that particular agent is properly installed or not, but that's not necessarily needed because we just confirm that it is correctly working. So we just select add task over here, and once we select add task, we get this option single resource to destination or bulk migration. Now I can do a bulk migration using a CSV or a JSON file where I can mention the source and the destination path of those individual users and their OneDrive SharePoint path. In this scenario, just to demonstrate it, I am using a single source and a single destination. So I select single source and destination and I hit next. Once I do that, I select OneDrive at the bottom in this option, and then I select the enter the OneDrive URL or the email address. So I put in the URL for that particular email address of the individual user which I want to migrate. Okay, and then I select that it should go in his documents folder. Okay, and then I put in some basic details like test migration or name of the migration. I select default group assignment and perform scan only, or I want to preserve shell permissions or not. And that's it. And then I click run. And after I click run, after this run is done, it will take like 2 or 3 minutes to initiate the migration. But shortly you will see all the data migrated from the local file share of that particular individual to SharePoint Online without any issues. So this is the very basic process. Even if you want to do bulk migration, the source and destination path will go as is without any issues, and you will not face any trouble. Okay, so for that particularly right now I'm taking the whole temp folder and doing the migration. In your case, you can mention / user1 for user1, user2 for user2. That's it, and it will go in a CSV format. So this is a very basic process of migrating users' local file share content to his SharePoint OneDrive or his Office 365 OneDrive. Okay. If you have any queries while doing this migration or while performing this migration, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you with that. Thanks everyone. Have a great day ahead and take care. Bye.